Hello, I'm Ginger Nelson and welcome to Tea Time. Today we are delighted to have Joe West and Chris Beckham on the set with us. Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Good to see you, Ginger.
Now, the two of you do not work together. Y'all work separately, but y'all have come into some sort of partnership with the UGA Tifton campus and the Chamber of Commerce right here in Tifton.
Yeah, it's really exciting. We've started a partnership with the Chamber. Of course, we've had a long ongoing partnership, but it's developed even more here lately, and Chris and I are working very closely together on it.
Yeah, there's so many great things, partnerships. I'm the communications manager with the Chamber of Commerce and also work with the University of Georgia Tifton campus and also the Tifton Tourism Association. And the reason that this all started was that the Chamber of Commerce recognizes how important agriculture obviously is here in Tift County, and obviously the University of Georgia Tifton campus does unbelievable work in ag research and a lot of different areas. So it just made sense to the Chamber to develop that partnership more, and that's what we see now.
Now, Joe, can you tell us what you do at the UGA campus?
Well, my title is Assistant Dean for the University of Georgia Tifton campus. It used to be called Director, but essentially I'm the guy who's supposed to keep the place running. And so I pay the electric bills, I make sure the floors are clean, we make sure the farms are running well for our world-class scientists.
You take out the trash. And
Yes,
now, a lot of people, I have to admit, which I've said this the last time we had some girls on from the UGA Tifton campus, I have to admit that for a long time I did not even know that we had the UGA Tifton campus here in Tifton, that you could actually go to the University of Georgia here in Tifton.
Yeah, some people say we're the best kept secret in Tifton, but we've been here a long time. Our campus was established in 1918, and so we've been a long time research and extension campus for years and years and years, supporting agriculture in South Georgia. But and within the last 10 years, we also started an academic program, so students can come to us. We're a transfer major, so students get their core at sister institutions like ABAC and Darton and Waycross and schools like that. So they get their first 2 years there, and then they come to UGA as juniors and get their major degrees with us. And it's an access point for the University of Georgia right here in Tifton.
So instead of going to Athens, they can actually come right here in Tifton, and especially if they were to go to ABAC and decide they don't want to move that far off, they can stay right here in Tifton.
A lot of students do that. A lot of students get their first 2 years at ABAC and transfer right over to us. We have transfer agreements, so students know exactly what they need to take their first 2 years to be able to transfer over, and as long as they can keep those grades up, they can come over and stay right here in Tifton, and even stay on and get master's degrees right here in residence as well.
That's great. Now, what are the majors that you have to offer out
Well,
there?
we have 4 undergraduate majors: agri-science and environmental systems, agricultural education, agribusiness, and biological sciences, which is our newest undergrad major.
And you have a pretty good bit of students who come out there as well. I know that the last time I had Amber on the show with us, I said, well, if you don't want to move off to Athens, you can, stay right here in Tifton. She was like, oh, we have people who move from like up north and come down here just because they like the, small feel of a school and the small classroom atmosphere and the hands-on.
Yeah, it's small school feel, but you're getting a big school degree. And students do indeed come from North Georgia. We've had students transfer from Athens, UGA in Athens, to come here. A lot of times they like the access to our scientists. Our scientists are what make our programs so good. And so they like that ability to interact one-on-one with our scientists and really, literally walk out of the classroom into a field laboratory and see the latest and greatest research that we've got going on.
It's not just straight from textbooks. You're actually hands-on.
Well, my dean likes to say we're the people who write the textbooks or who develop.
That's right.
We develop the latest research that goes into a lot of those textbooks. So UGA is a research institution, so you get access to scientists that are doing that world-class, cutting-edge research, and that's what a lot of students like when they come here.
They're actually the real scientists who have maybe studied this and not just went to school, and they're actually really real scientists who can teach hands-on. I guess what I'm trying to get at is I probably shouldn't say this, but I went to Valdosta and I got my business degree, and you know, some of the business professors, I'm like, well, how come you're not an accountant? You know, I mean, that's what I'm thinking.
Right.
And so here at the UGA campus, I know that all of your professors out there are scientists.
They all are. Every single one, they're doing either research science. Some of them are extension specialists, which means they take very complex research data and translate it to the user. So they take it to the county agents, they take it to the growers, they take it to the crop consultants. And so we've got people who are actively engaged. In fact, they do teach, but teaching is actually a small portion of what they actually do the rest of the year.
And you know, Ginger, also, these students at the University of Georgia-Tifton campus, if you ask them, are you a University of Georgia student, they'll quickly tell you, no, and the Tifton campus, they're really proud of being a part of this, and you know, because I think a lot of people don't realize it like you just said, but again, that access to not just the scientists here, but these are world-class scientists. A lot of the folks here on the University of Georgia-Tifton campus are much better known worldwide than maybe they are right here in Tifton. I mean, worldwide they're known as these really esteemed research scientists, and here in Tifton they may be the lady that plays piano at our church or the coaches our son's ball team. We kind of know them as regular people, but they are really, you know, kind of famous throughout the world in research circles, and so having that access is something that a lot of colleges and universities just simply can't do that we can do right here.
Well, we're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the relationship between the Chamber and the UGA Tifton campus. We'll be right back.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork, loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your
likes
kids
you.
how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
For over 42 years, Moon's Pharmacy has been committed to providing professional, friendly service, where our pharmacists welcome your questions, offer you overall lower drug costs, and free citywide delivery. While we still believe in good old-fashioned customer service, we also know the importance of staying on the leading edge of pharmacy innovations, such as travel and flu vaccines, custom compounding, and specialty packaging for homebound patients. Choose Moon's Pharmacy. Together, we can make a difference in your health.
You wouldn't let money just blow out of your house. So when your AC or heater is on, make sure the doors, windows, and fireplace flue are shut tight. If you're headed out, turn down the AC or lower the heat by 10 degrees. And always keep your water heater set at 120. A little bit of common sense goes a long way. Get more great tips at energysaver.gov.
Welcome back to Tea Time. We are talking to Joe West and Chris Beckham, and they are telling us about the relationship that the UGA Tifton campus and the Chamber of Commerce have. You've always had a relationship, but even more so now. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah. Brian Marlowe, the president of the Chamber of Commerce, really recognized, I think, and really started pushing to heighten that relationship between the two, because he recognized the importance of agriculture, obviously in Tift County and in the business community especially. I mean, if you think about it, there's no city in the state of Georgia that has a bigger agricultural profile than Tifton, be it with the University of Georgia Tifton campus, with all the great farmers we have here, and all that research that comes from right here. And I mean, Brian thankfully can quickly tell you how much those farmers in this area depend on that, and that's good for farmers, that's good for banks, that's good for any business in Tift County. They are directly affected by the success of agriculture here, and I think Tifton owns that more than any city in the state, and I would dare say any other cities around the world. I mean, the kind of research that's done here. So obviously that has an effect on the business community, and that's what the Chamber of Commerce does, is try to help our local businesses thrive and also try to recruit new businesses in the industry here. So that's kind of where that partnership began, and really it's my job just to talk loud and tell people about this partnership, because there are so many great stories to tell and things that are being done right here, and we just want to let people know about that so they can become aware of it, so that general people who may not have any association with the University of Georgia Tifton campus, but now they can know the kind of things that are going on here and how that can benefit them.
Yeah, agriculture has always been big in Tifton, but I think even more so now. than you know, when I was growing up. I mean, well, I grew up right down from, I mean, Rainwater Road, you
Sure.
know, so
You're right there at it.
yeah, agriculture is always, I mean, I've always seen how big it is here in Tifton. But like you said, it brings a lot of jobs here to Tifton, and
You talk about the economic impact of ag in this community, and if you did the total agriculture numbers, they would be staggering, and I don't know what they would be. We know what the University of Georgia Tifton campus brings in, and those numbers are huge.
Yeah, we've got about a $90 million economic impact to the community, and that's really before we do our jobs. I mean, that's based on taxes we pay, things we buy and sell, salaries and things of that nature. But when you really look at the economic impact of what our scientists have, both in this area, statewide, regionally, nationally, and even globally, it's just staggering. It just really is. Agriculture is the #1 industry in the state of Georgia. About $13 billion farm gate value, that's what when you sell your products at the farm gate. About an $87 billion economic impact statewide, 340,000 jobs in the state.
Wow.
It is really important to the state of Georgia. So where the ag economy goes, to a large extent, so does the economy of Georgia.
wow. You think that Tifton is just this little bitty place, you know, on the state of Georgia, but like you said, when you go off, you know, they've heard of our scientists here.
And it's a great agricultural community as well. I mean, the growers here are very progressive. They know the value of the latest technology and they implement it. And so we've got really good growers. We've got a good county agent system that's part of the UGA Cooperative Extension Service. Of course, Brian Tankersley here is the county director for the Tift County Extension Service. But that's a statewide network as well, and it's really the envy of the world.
Yeah, because, I mean, like you said, there's like direct knowledge from the scientists who can share with our farmers right here in Tifton.
Exactly.
And surrounding counties.
And you know, the Chamber has an agricultural committee. Again, I think the Chamber recognizes the importance of that, and as you were saying, how big that economy is here and how it affects all businesses. And we want businesses to know that, to be aware of that, because again, it drives their businesses, even if they're not directly tied to agriculture. Just that economy will help bring businesses in, will help those businesses thrive. So if we can do whatever we can to help farmers, to help growers, to help the University of Georgia Tifton, those scientists, if the better we help them do what they do best, then that's going to benefit everybody.
Now, when we went to break, y'all were telling me about a committee that, can you explain a little bit about it?
That's a brainchild of Dr. West. I'll let him do that.
It's we call it the GREAT Committee. It's not because we're all so good. It's called.
Oh, yes, you are. You're great.
You're being very humble.
It's called GREAT because it's growing regional economies through agriculture in the Tift area, and that was a partnership between the Chamber and UGA. And so what we've tried to do is bring people to the table with really diverse backgrounds and diverse business interests, and we're trying to brainstorm and figure out how to bring more business to this area, and really agriculturally related. So we've got so much agriculture here. Can we do something that will add value to what the farmer grows so he can get even more value out of it, and also leave some of that value here in the community? So more jobs, more purchases, more shipping, more equipment, you name it. That's where it's wide open for us. Agritourism is one thing that we're looking at, but whatever we can do to try to bring business here is what we're trying to do.
And that agritourism part of it, I think, is a really interesting component because that's growing and growing. I think people would be surprised at the number of people who are looking for places to stop and to pick and things like that. And we have so many of those great places here in South Georgia, not just Tift County, but in our surrounding counties as well. And so, again, trying to help them marshal their resources and to promote them a little bit more so people do know more about that. And, again, that's going to help everybody.
Well, we're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk more about the relationship that the two of you have. We'll be right back in just a moment.
You get a barrel of fun, yet pretty as a sunset, redhead like wire.
Hi everybody, I'm Kevin Sport, singer-songwriter and host of our show, The Right Place on RFD, inviting you to join me and some of my friends on Saturday, June 29th in Patterson, Georgia, for the Spirit of Liberty celebration. It's going to be a lot of fun. Come on out and join us.
She likes her country in a rockin' kind of way.
Why do savvy builders, quality remodelers, and serious do-it-yourselfers do business with LMC dealers like Short and Paul? because quality materials, product knowledge, and buying power matters. We're part of a network of 1,200 independent lumberyard locations nationwide with billions of dollars in buying power that allows us to provide the quality products you expect at the competitive prices you deserve. So on your next project, stop by one of our 4 locations for products that provide solutions. Put our billion-dollar buying power to work for you.
Are you in the mood for some amazing food? Well, stop by the Smokehouse, home of the best ribs in the South on 82 in Tifton, and try their new barbecue buffet. The barbecue buffet features their signature smoked chicken, pulled pork, and their famous barbecue beans, all cooked over high-quality blackjack oak. The barbecue buffet is offered daily from 11:30 to 2 and from 5:30 to 8. On Friday and Saturday nights, try the buffet featuring Lake Okeechobee fresh catfish. The Smokehouse is home of certified Angus beef, and they're now in their 26th year. Let them cater your next party. Give them a call at 386-0606.
Going out like that?
Yeah, why?
Well, what would the neighbors think?
I see you! Come look at Mr. Feather!
Look what I have. Mr. Bird, remember?
Bark, bark, bark! We're just playing! We're just playing on trying to get you out of here!
Even still.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Welcome back to Tea Time. I'm talking to Joe West and Chris Beckham, and they've been telling us a little bit about the relationship between the Chamber and the UGA Tifton campus. And when we went to break, I was talking to Mr. Joe, and he was telling us that you have 3 scientists over in China right now.
Yeah, we have the opportunity to travel the world, and we realize that all the best ideas, a lot of them are here, but there are a lot of good ideas and information around the world. So our scientists go to other countries scientists come here, some study here. It's very interactive and very, very global.
So, I mean, you've got scientists from all over the world who come here to learn what we do here, or what y'all do here.
Yeah, we have scientists that come here as postdocs, which means they've gotten their PhD, but they're getting additional study, and they may study with our scientists. We have international scientists who are on the faculty here, who are scientists contributing to our efforts right here. We have students who come and go, plus our scientists travel worldwide as well. So not only do people come here, and I talked to a group from Japan last week, just in my office last week. So we've literally all over the world. It's really adds a neat aspect to the campus.
So like I say, you know, Tifton's just this little bitty place on the map, but then when you think about it, you think about how international it really is.
That's right. Yeah, people around the world know where Tifton, Georgia is because of the economy, of the agricultural economy, and what they do at the University of Georgia Tifton campus. And from the Chamber of Commerce standpoint, that's a great selling point because it's a quality of life thing. I mean, the number of PhDs that are right here in this community per capita is among the highest in the world.
That's right. You have, what, 75 PhD scientists?
That's right.
Yeah, on the UGA campus. Most of them are University of Georgia, but we also have several that work for USDA, Agricultural Research Service, which is co-located with us.
That's pretty big. I mean, that's really big. That's big for Tifton.
A lot of smart people over there, that's right.
Yeah,
and again, whenever you're talking to, through economic development, when the Chamber's talking to prospective businesses, that's an attractive thing. That's a great quality of life thing that we can sell at the Chamber of Commerce, what goes on that campus. So, again, that's just another reason why this partnership is in place, because they work hand in hand in just a lot of different areas.
And another thing you talked about is our turf grass.
We have of course, Tifton's known as the turf grass capital of the world,
That's right?
And we have a very good turf grass breeding program. It's been in place for 60 years probably. But I'm a fan of soccer, and I've coached soccer for 14 years from the time my kids were little until they were grown. But the one thing that really catches my attention is that the World Cup of Soccer, which is essentially the Olympics of soccer, it's played every 4 years all over the world. A couple of years ago, it was played in South Africa on turf that was bred and developed in Tifton, Georgia.
That is unreal.
That's really, it kind of gives you a feel for just how world class it is. I mean, and of course we've got a lot of really good and large turf grass farms in the area, very important economically. They're shipping turf to Japan, to Morocco, you name it, it's going all over the world. So it helps bring income into this region, and it's also using products that are produced right here at the University of Georgia.
That's unreal. I know that several Super Bowls have used the turf grass as well.
That's right.
Come right here from Tifton.
That's right. And the Bulldogs play on Tifton turf as
Go
well.
Dogs!
So we win the national championship this year. We'll know it was done on Tiff turf.
That's right. That's right.
So people don't think about that. You don't think about the grass in your yard as having a lot of scientific development. But another aspect is, you know, water is really important to the region, to the nation. Everybody hears about the 3-state water wars. We've got our scientists who are actively trying to breed genetically drought tolerance into crops. So if you've got a golf course that needs half the water because the turf doesn't need as much water because it's been genetically superior in that way, then that helps the whole population by saving water for cities that you're not using on golf courses. We still want our recreation, but we want to do it at a reasonable cost.
Interesting.
And again, in the big picture, you know, again, back to that relationship with the Chamber and the University of Georgia, it's just our job to tell those stories. There's so many great things going on here, and we want to let people know. Clint Thompson, who works also at the University of Georgia Tifton campus, has done a great job of really getting that word out there as well. And it's, you know, from the Chamber standpoint, we want to let folks know what a great place this is. Sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees, and we take for granted the great things we have here in Tifton, Georgia. I promise you, we're the envy of a lot of communities that would love to have UGA Tifton campus here, would love to have all those research scientists here. So we want to let people know that and remind them how great the place this is.
That's right, because I asked you, is there any other UGA campus off of the campus in Athens, and you said there's one other one?
Yeah, we have another campus that's very similar to one here in Tifton, in Griffin, just south of Atlanta. And they have a very good turf grass program. They're more urban ag oriented, though. We're more production ag here. They're more urban ag. And if you travel the state of Georgia, you will come across our research farms, too. So we have research and education centers all over the state where scientists, let's just say someone developed a new soybean hybrid and they wanted to make sure it grew well North Georgia. They can go all the way to Blairsville and test it in South Georgia under the insect and disease and heat that we've got down here. Go all the way to Attapulgos on the Florida line, or go up into Midville or Plains, Jimmy Carter country, and everywhere in between. We've got farms all over the state that help our scientists make sure that when they recommend something to the grower, they've got the best information possible.
That is very interesting. Now, Joe, I know that if someone is listening and who may want to transfer to the Tifton campus here at the UGA Tifton campus, is it too late to transfer for fall semester?
We actually, students can be admitted later at UGA Tifton than they can at the regular UGA. So they've got until July 1. So the clock is ticking. But if someone wanted to get in at the last minute, they can contact us and still have time to get in to the University of Georgia's Tifton campus. And they need to talk to Amber Turner. Amber Turner is our academic programs coordinator. I think she's been here with you on your show here. And just contact my office at 386-3338 and ask for Amber Turner. And the best way to find the website is just Google UGA Tifton. It'll take you right there.
Yeah, UGA Tifton campus, I'm sure.
Absolutely. And, of course, the Chamber of Commerce, folks can contact us anytime at 382-6200. We have 600 member businesses that are a part of it. And, again, our job is to help these local businesses thrive. You know, we help jobs grow here, helps everything else grow in Tift County. So, and again, to try to recruit new and more industries here in Tift County.
Well, I appreciate you both for being on the show with me today.
Thank you, Jennifer.
It's been a pleasure.
And we'll see you next time. We'll have to have you come on again, and we'll see you next time. And we'll see you next time right here on Plant TIFNet's Wiregrass Channel 3.